Hello friends, very good morning to all of you. So today we are going to discuss PF54 part 4. We are in the same series of common OAuth client vulnerabilities, and we are going to discuss registration of the redirect URI in this session. So let's begin. Yeah, so let's discuss on the registration of the redirect URI, that is part 4 section of 54. So it is extremely important to pay particular attention when choosing the registered redirect URI when the new OAuth client is created at the authorization server. Specifically, the redirect URI must be specified as specific as it can be. So many people are not care much, right? So in general, I'll say that when you are doing the registering some connection in the ping federate, let's say, or any other product also, you are getting some address from the client side and you're just registering that in your connection, right, in your OAuth connection. But when you're registering that redirect URI, you need to just ensure few things to avoid the vulnerabilities and to avoid the attacks. And what are those? So we'll discuss in this section, right? So it's not like we can get some value and we'll directly configure that. We just need to understand few things before registering that redirect URI in the ping federate or any other product that is a kind of authorization server, which playing a role of authorization server. Okay, so let's say for example, if your OAuth client's callback or redirect URI, you can say, is https uroauth/client.com/OAuth/OAuth provider/callback. Okay, then register the entire URL at authorization server. So in this case, you need to register this entire address at ping federate site. Like say when you are configuring the OAuth connection under redirect URI, you need to configure this entire URL. You are not supposed to register only the domain or only the part of the path, right? As you can see, maybe you can register that https uroauth/client.com/star something, or you can configure https uroauth/client.com/OAuth/something star. So you're not supposed to put wildcard and those kind of things in the redirect URI. Why I'm saying, we'll understand that. But yeah, you need to configure the complete address, whatever the application callback or the redirect URI in the ping federate or any other product also. So if you are not careful with the redirect URI registration requirements, token hijacking attacks become significantly easier than you might think. Even big players with the professional security audits have done it wrong. The main reason behind this is that sometimes authorization server use different redirect URI validation policies. The only reliable safe validation method is the authorization server should adopt is exact matching. That means like when you are building the designing the authorization server, right, in that case there are other way also. You can just do the redirect URI validation, but the best or the reliable, you can say, it's do the exact matching. That means whatever the redirect URI application have, it is sending that in the request and you need to do the exact matching of that from the registered, from the address you registered in the authorization server side. That is only the reliable solution. That's the exact matching of the redirect URI from the application and the address I registered in the ping federate side. Right? There are other way also, but yeah, that is not more reliable. All the other potential solutions based on regular expressions or allowing the subdirectories of the registered redirect URI are suboptimal and sometimes even dangerous. There are places like where you can see the authorization server is designed as it's allow the subdirectory validation. That means you just need to put some kind of domain or slash something. It is allowing that part, right? That means it's not checking the entire thing. It's not doing the exact matching of the redirect URI or the address. So it's a risk, right? And how it's risk, we'll see. Yeah. So to better understand and what allowing subdirectory validation policy means, in the case you can see the below table. So like you can see here the example.com/path. So it's a yes, so it's a match, right? Example.com path/subdirectory/other something, so it's fine. But if you're putting example.com/bar or example.com colon some port/path, then other dot example.org, so these are not allowed, right? If you're allowing that, this is a risk, as you can see in the below I mentioned that. So you need to do the exact matching. As seen in the table, when OAuth provider uses the allowing subdirectory method for matching the redirect URI, there is certainly flexibility on the redirect URI request parameter. Now, it is not necessarily true that having an authorization server that uses the allowing subdirectory validation strategy is bad on its own. But when combined with OAuth client registering a too loose redirect URI, this is indeed lethal, right? In addition, the larger the OAuth clients, internet exposure, the easier it is to find a loophole to exploit the vulnerability. So that means like you can go for there is a design, right, where an authorization server is allow the subdirectory validation. That means like you just put not the entire address, it's just you have some example.com/path something and you are allowing that. For example, in that case, if you are just passing a redirect URI example.com/path something, another thing also, ping federate or any other product is allowing that, because in your side, in the authorization server side, you have that design, you have that development, you have that strategy, right, to match that the subdirectory part. But it's making a risk where you can see as you're exposing, right, these all things in the internet. So then you have attacker can just think, right, let's pass something after that, right. Let's say the application address is example.com/path, so I'll just try to pass some additional parameter after path to ping federate, and then as ping federate have a strategy to allow a subdirectory validation, it will allow and can give me authorization code back to my own I'll say to my own address, which is not the correct one, which is the malicious website, right. So those things we'll discuss in our coming section also. But yeah, that is something like a risk kind of thing. If you're not doing the exact match, then using subdirectory part, what happened, the attacker can just craft a new address where it can just use some HTML or some page and then send to the ping federate. Ping federate is allowing because it have the subdirectory validation allowed. So it will just go for the next action. That means it will just generate the authorization code and send to that malicious site. Or malicious site can able to fetch with some process, some way we'll discuss, right. So it's a risk kind of thing. So why to go for that, right? So the best way is the just go for the exact matching. Whatever the authorization server, they have to do the exact matching strategy. That means whatever the redirect URI is coming in the request, I need to do the exact matching from the ping federate. It's not, I'm not going to allow the subdirectory part. Yeah. So this is not the completed this is not completed for the registration of redirect URI. We have some subdirectory I'll say the subs this is a part 4, right. So under this we have 4.1, 4.2. So we'll try to understand those all two sections also, where you'll see that where is the risk, right. If I'm not doing the exact match, where is the risk, right. As I told you that the malicious or attacker can craft a malicious a kind of malicious link where like they can just use the same redirect URI what you allowed in the ping, and after that they will attach something from there in that address. Like you have abc.com, so abc.com will be there. After that it will attach some kind of malicious like page kind of thing, and it will just using some method, it will get that access to the authorization code from the ping side, right, and it can be a threat for your environment. So the only solution is to do the exact matching, and you can see in your environment it's happening, right. If you're just working in ping fed or Okta or Azure, right, they are doing that same strategy, right. It's exact matching for the redirect UI. They're not allowing the subdirectory validation because it's a risk there, right. So we'll try to understand more in our coming section. Yeah. So yeah, if you have anything, please put in the comment section, and let's jump to the 4.1 and 4.2 to understand more on the redirect URI registration. Thank you.